Yeah, welcome back to the No Leave Out podcast. It's your girl, Mary Kay Bella. Listen, I feel like the pastors today because you know how they say, I had a whole sermon in mind and then the Lord redirected my thoughts. Okay, that's how I feel just without the sermon, because I'm not here to sermon to y'all, okay? But listen, I did have something all written out and prepared, but I saw something today on Instagram that blew my mind, and it blew my mind because I too have dealt with this. So y'all, we're just gonna jump into it because this is crazy. So I was on Instagram and this young lady had posted, it came down my timeline. This was the first time that I have seen any of her content: wellness, health, fitness, encouragement, things like that, motivation. So maybe that's why it came down my timeline. Anyway, so the video, before I can really understand what was going on, the video was, it was her, I believe her husband or boyfriend or something, I'm not sure. I think it's her husband and their baby, and they were working out and they were just all in tune with each other. And you know how, you know when you working out with your man and stuff like that, it can get all cutesy and stuff. So that, that's what it was. But the post was basically saying people will ask why you, okay? And the caption was, let them, right? And I know that firsthand. Yeah, I know that firsthand. People will ask why you, and even you will ask that of yourself sometimes, okay? I know I'm not the only one. So with that being said, I didn't get it at first because I saw this beautiful woman and her beautiful man and their beautiful baby, and they're working out, being healthy together, like all the things my husband and I talk about. So I'm like, what is the issue? Okay, so long story short, the woman used to be heavier, and they got together when she was heavier, and they start working out together, and she's lost so much weight. Let me be clear, she was a pretty girl before, okay? And she still is now. She's lost a lot of weight, so she's feeling better. The swag is a little different. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you lose your little pounds, I then went to see some of the comments that she basically was referencing, and people were literally under her comments of this beautiful family, and it's super positive, right? And they're like basically saying, so we're not gonna act like her man is a 10 and she's a 4 at best. First of all, blew my mind, because let me tell y'all something. If you don't know by now, I'm around the way filet, right? I was raised a certain way and at a certain time, and a lot of the core values of around the way have been lost in translation in this day and age, y'all. So stuff like that, it's odd to me to get on somebody's reel, or to get on somebody's, it was a reel, and send all these high praises to another woman's man and then disrespect that woman. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, it could just be me, but isn't that like, okay, never mind, because that's a different podcast. We'll get on that too, but back to this. So she's responding to that because when they got together, she was heavier. A couple things with that. There's a lot to unpack right there. I'll just say this: let's not act like big girls ain't out here winning. First and foremost, come on now. Y'all living in a fairy tale if you think that the big curvy girls is not out here pulling. Let's be for real with that. Get out your mind. And a lot of stuff, to be honest, stems from envy. Envy shows up in many different ways. Y'all remember that, okay? And people was high-fiving and amening and stuff, and I was like, that is so peculiar to me. Instead of being happy for this beautiful woman and her beautiful family and her life and losing weight and getting healthy and all of the things, and the young lady is so uplifting, like her content it's positive. So I understand what comes along with social media, y'all. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You already know you're gonna get the negative people. People love to jump on social media just to be negative, okay? Let's just get that out the way. So we know that. You have to just listen, understand the underlying energy that's going on. Okay, again, envy shows up differently in different situations. It's very clear to me, baby. Listen, again, when you come up a certain way, this stuff is not new. Stuff like this, you can peep a mile away, baby. That's envy. That is envy. She's looking at that woman's man with an envious tone to it. It could be a million different things that she's envious of. That woman was beautiful, had a beautiful family, the babies, lovely. They got their little garage set up in there to work out. All of the things, honey. He popping her on the behind when she walked by. All of the things, baby. And don't think for one second that people are not out there like, why I feel like I look better than her. Y'all, social media has messed up so many people, and it's like, I want us to get back to the honest social media. When it was new and it was fun and it was like, oh, cool. This is a great way for people to promote businesses. This is a great way for people to reconnect with old friends and relatives and second cousins that they ain't seen since the last reunion 10 years ago. All of the good things, right? Because social media does not have to be negative, right? Because that would be an opinion to feel like I look better than the next woman. That's your opinion. You're entitled to that. You can have that. But B, if you think for 1 second that looks is what is going to determine, oh, honey, that's a whole nother podcast. Bless your heart. If you are a grown woman with a big, beautiful age and you still think that that's what it's all about, it's just very peculiar. So I know I've been in that situation before. I've doubted myself on a few things. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about to be real vulnerable right now, okay? Y'all, I grew up a tomboy. I wasn't like, what y'all see with the beauty channel. I had to learn all of this stuff. Not hair, because I've been doing hair since a little girl. But like the makeup, I had to learn that stuff. It took me years to learn that stuff. And people say all the time, Mary, you so down to earth. That's because I am Mary. You see what I'm saying? My mind is not there where I'm this, YouTuber. I'm trying to reach to 500,000 subscribers and all the things that people outside of me see. I am Mary, right? So I don't look at myself as higher than anybody else. Not only that, I am a follower of Christ. So I'm very humble. If Jesus was humble, what I look like out here talking about, girl, I'm Mary Kay Bella, fall back. What? No, I'm not like that. So, y'all, when I first met my husband, let me tell you something. I met my husband in college, and baby, he was so fly. He was fly, but we did not click at first. We did not get along. I thought he was so uppity. He was definitely in high demand. And here's the thing. What attracted me to him was his musicality. That's how we met. That's how we met in music. But he's a handsome guy, so obviously that physical is there, all of the things, right? And but we didn't click. I thought he was super stuck up. And if everybody is just on this one person, I'ma fall back. I'ma fall Bizak, okay? Because I'm not finna, I'm still Cookie's daughter. You see what I'm saying? So that gives me a few extra points. I don't think of myself, although I don't push myself super like over anybody else, I still have confidence in myself. You know what I'm saying? I have assets. You feel me? That's way deeper than physical assets. So I know that. So I don't do all that stuff. God had another plan, okay? He turned that thing right on around. But I went through a phase of, there is this man who is beautiful and fly and so talented, y'all. And he's interested in me. I did go through that phase, y'all. It's crazy to think of now because who else, right? Yeah, who else is my husband supposed to be with in this world other than me, right? I get it now. But then, y'all, I really was like, I don't know. So listen, we can do that to ourselves. As confident as we may be in our qualifications for something, that one thing that we may not be as confident in, that'll be the thing that will really make us lose our minds and forget who we are and whose we are. And when that happened with me, I was very young. So I was still maturing. I was still maturing. That thought would never cross my mind now, of course. But then, I was a young girl and I was maturing, and I was still very skeptical of people and their intentions. And hey, you kind of got to be, especially nowadays. So that had a little bit of it in there too. And listen, here's the thing. We grew together. We matured together. We were both very young. So we definitely, we had to go through all those growing pains, y'all. And we did. And we made it through to the other side. And I'm so glad that we did, y'all, because I cannot see myself. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm not around a lot of people. Y'all got to understand that. Some people are fine with themselves. I'm one of those people. So for somebody to completely blow my mind in a way that I married that man and I want to be in his face all of the time, y'all. Oh, I be all in his face. I love it. My family will tell you, we knew it was going to be this one. It had to be, because she not about to be around nobody for too long. Yeah, I've always been like that, okay? Content with myself. I'm cool. But y'all, I'll be so in my husband's face. I know I get on his last good nerve, but I love him. I love him down, right? But at one point, I wasn't sure that I was good enough for him. That is my truth, y'all. And I look back at it now and I'm like, girl, you thank God for maturity, okay? Thank God for maturity. So now you flip it to external forces, like the people on social media, right? And she got on there and clowned herself, really. That's what, because to real ones like me, I could spot that a mile away, baby. That's envy. That is clear jealousy, okay? That's what that was. But I know everyone's not there yet to really see what that is. It will take different forms. And I want to tell you the same sentiments that young woman said. People can wonder all they want to why you let them. That's not your business, huh? When God blesses you and someone has an attitude about it, that has nothing to do with you. Nothing. That's their business. You let them wallow over there in that, and you keep living your best life. That's it. That's what you do. You continue to walk forward. You continue to be happy. Don't let that energy drag you down, and you don't be the force that drags your own self down. Understand whose you are. So you are worthy of great things. You are worthy of abundance. We are worthy of the things that we get in this life that are good. Okay? We are worthy of that. And once we stop fighting that, like, do I deserve all the good things, we can open our arms wider to those good things and we can receive them well. Because that's the thing. If you don't receive it, it's not just going to keep knocking. You understand? You have to be able to receive it, but you got to get past that point where you or others are kind of deflecting that. And like, bam, I'm blocking it. Bam, it's coming from this angle, I'm blocking it. Bam, it's coming from this angle, I'm blocking it because I don't think I'm good enough. Or my mother doesn't think I'm good enough. My grandfather doesn't think I'm good enough. My best friend is over here talking about me. Let them. You understand? Because they have their own things. They have their own things that actually have nothing to do with you. You are just the representative for them in that moment. In that moment, you are the representative of their envy. Because, honey, that was so, when I tell you, I was like, oh girl, she didn't even realize how obvious it was. And I'm like, sis, you need to heal. You need to do your work. Do your work. And you, because anybody who sees sis in her content and feels any inkling to be ugly, you have to heal, because her content is so positive. You have to heal. That's a you thing, and you're projecting onto her and her family and her life and her blessings. That's a you thing. So don't be the one who internalizes that negative energy from other people. And don't be the one who self-sabotages and doesn't believe that they're worthy. And also, don't be other sis. Let's get you together. Let's straighten up your crown. Girl, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. If you really want to know how she pulled them, ask. You might, I don't know. Ask her. Because at the end of the day, there's something in her that you want. When you strip it down to the bare bones, it's something about what's going on over there that you feel some type of way about. You feel some type of way about that, and you don't have to. Let's work on what we need to work on. Let's do the work, and let's all be out here winning. Let's all do that, huh? Because when we do that, babe, when I tell you we so much stronger together, and a lot of us understand that. You have a lot of people out there trying to motivate each other and congratulate each other. Okay, so let's just say that right there. But honey, this one just blew my mind because it just took me back to when I myself was like me, and God matured that thing, because we was both very immature. I'm not going we were very immature, and you're not gonna tell me nothing, and you're not gonna tell me anything either. That's and baby, when I tell you, God took us through that process of maturity, and it was necessary, y'all. You got to go through those things. You have to go through those peaks and those valleys in order to understand certain things like communication and, understanding the other's feelings and caring enough to adjust and not being so concerned with right and wrong. All of those things. We had to learn all those lessons, y'all. We were very young when we met, so we had to learn all of those things. So once you do that and you do that work and you honestly do it in an honest way, look, Chad, you will be able to see. You'll be able to see the foolishness a mile away. You'll peep it. You'll peep it. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you are in that situation where someone is like, you don't deserve this, and how did you get this, and understand that has nothing to do with you. You just keep doing what you're doing, because that's really none of your business. Let's just be for real about that. That's really none of your business. And don't you be the one asking God, do I deserve this blessing that because that's what it comes down to. Are you sure? Is it me that is supposed to have this blessing as opposed to? That's really what it's coming down to. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, right? Open your arms out wide and accept the blessing, okay? So don't you be the self-sabotager, and don't even entertain anybody outside of you trying to doubt if you deserve a blessing or not. Because, honey, bye. Boo-boo. Go heal, okay? That's all you got to do with that, okay? Okay? I hope the good sis does heal and does do the work. And then she can celebrate instead of, that other thing. Nah, we're gonna celebrate. We celebrate our gains, right? Just like in the gym. I'm trying to get some gains right now. And honey, when God has designed you to be closer to the number one in shape, or a capital P, that's just what it's gonna be. Okay, but when I get a few little gains, let me tell you something. Hey, we gonna celebrate that thing, okay? It hasn't happened yet, all right? It hasn't, but it's coming, okay? We just gonna pray on that thing. But y'all, I hope you guys got something out of today's podcast. Don't self-sabotage, and don't even get involved in other people's business when they feel like you don't deserve something, all right? All right, y'all. Until next time, peace, love, light.